Showtime, freaks!
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In a world where wokeness seems to control every narrative, a world where the average Joe is expected to apologize for just being a guy, comes a show where testosterone reigns supreme, where manliness knows no bounds. Prepare yourselves for a podcast unlike any other. TJ Michaels and John Stacy invite you on a roller coaster ride of machismo on the Alpha Men Podcast. Meet TJ Michaels, whose ideas are as wild as his bushy goatee, and John Stacy, whose confidence is as big as his biceps. They love and respect the women in their lives, but here they're on a quest to celebrate the essence of manhood. The Alpha Men tackle the big questions like, is it acceptable to cry during an action movie? Can a man survive on jerky alone for a week? And if a man builds a DIY project and doesn't post about it on social media, did it really happen? These dudes leave no stone unturned. Get ready for a podcast that's part comedy, part camaraderie, and all things manly. The ladies have their view, but these guys have their brew. The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
For incredible card breaks and more, go to OHANA Sports Cards on Facebook. By Garage Door Commander, online at garagedoorcommander.com. Produced by TJ Michaels Creative, narrated by Jamie Dennis, and dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2024, all rights reserved. The Alpha Men Podcast is rated M for maximum manliness. Here are your hosts, live from the granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont, TJ Michaels. And he, from the heart of NASCAR country, Trinity, North Carolina, John Stacy. This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
What is going on, you sick freaks? Welcome to the Alpha Men Podcast, Tuesday night, Season 4, Episode 12. And yes, my name is TJ Michaels. My partner in crime is the Beard of Justice from Trinity, North Carolina. John is here. How's it going, baby Huey?
It's going well, you buddy.
We got a new car in the family this weekend.
Finally got a Tesla?
Yeah, no. Not a Tesla. Although I wouldn't turn one away, but we got a Buick.
A Buick?
Yeah.
Jesus. You guys are officially that old, huh?
Like a sports car for the youngins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Buick. So you're getting that old now,
huh? I guess. I don't know. It was the right car for the right price. That's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, a lot happening this week. Foot Locker bought by Dick's. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Foot Locker was bought by Dick's this week. And I didn't even know Cowboys fans had that much money. Waiting for the look. It's like just walking right into a wall.
Yeah! Here we go!
And Netflix has saved Sesame Street. You'll be happy to know.
Oh, thank God.
Sesame Street's not going to go away. Netflix has signed a streaming deal with Sesame Street. But they say to satisfy the typical Netflix audience, a different Muppet will get murdered every week. I mean, it's just
Jesus.
Do it. But on a serious note, today we lost an icon. George went. Norm Peterson from the television show Cheers, which was just the greatest television show in the 80s. It was Seinfeld before Seinfeld existed. Cheers was.
That's a good example of putting it.
Yeah, I mean, it was Seinfeld and Friends before Seinfeld and Friends. And, of course, Norm Peterson George Wendt played Norm.
George Wendt.
Look, the character was so believable, it's hard to you get them mixed up.
You know what? He's going to be very disappointed in our beer choices tonight.
Probably will. But played by George Wendt. And I had a friend who years ago used to buy like celebrity stuff in auctions, and he bought a pair of socks that were autographed by George Wendt. I don't know why.
Okay.
But the inscription said, always keep the whites clean, George Wendt.
Well, it's a one-liner.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he was king of the one-liner. He and Cliff Clavin, the postal carrier, their whole mission on that show was to crack one-liners at the bar. That's the only reason they existed on the show. There was zero substance to any of their characters, and yet they were so funny and so believable. And to start things off tonight, we thought we'd share some of the best one-liners from Norm Peterson, played by George Wendt, rest in peace, on the television mammoth hit. Cheers.
Afternoon, everybody. Afternoon, everybody.
Norman?
How you doing, Norm? Cut the small talk and give me a beer. Afternoon, everybody. Hey, Norm! Hey, a beer with it. How's life treating you, Norm? I got just ran over its dog. Afternoon, everybody. Oh!
Norman?
Gentlemen, start your taps. Afternoon, everybody. Oh, Norm! How's life treating you, Norm? He caught me in bed with his wife. Afternoon, everybody. Norm!
Norman?
How's life, Norm? Not for the squeamish, Coach. Afternoon, everybody. Norm! How's it going, Norm? Daddy's rich and Mama good looking. Afternoon, everybody. Oh, Norm!
Norman?
What's up, Norm? My nipples. It's freezing out there.
Rest in peace, George Wendt. Lost him at 77 today. Funny dude. We do want to thank our presenting sponsor, Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook, for incredible card breaks, sports memorabilia. It's Ohana, O-H-A-N-A. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat you over at Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Great show for you tonight, wherever you may be watching or listening. Facebook Live, Rumble, YouTube, iHeart, or Spotify. We're everywhere. Please do us a favor. Click that subscribe bell, the notification bell, and click subscribe, hit like, share it, do whatever you need to do. We're building a brotherhood. We want you
Remember next week.
Yes, next week there will be no show. We are going to take off for Labor Day. All right?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Big difference.
Big difference. We're going to take off for Memorial Day. All right?
So,
yeah, hit the like button, and let's get started. This, my friends, is the Alpha Men Podcast.
And now, Mansplaining the News.
And good evening. Here's what happened this week. Los Angeles experiencing a hepatitis outbreak. The last time something spread this fast in L.A., it was Paris Hilton. Bill Gates plans to give away nearly all of his wealth over the next 20 years. He announced that this past week. Or he could get rid of his money much faster just by getting married and divorced again. Just saying.
Facts.
Economists warn that the U.S. is just weeks away from stores with empty shelves. Or as JCPenney's calls it, JCPenney's.
I didn't know it was still around.
Yeah, there's a couple. 10 inmates this week escaped from a New Orleans jail. Dismantling a toilet is how they got out. Police say they may never find them because they have nothing to go on.
Come on.
Tiffany Trump gave birth to her first child this week. His name is Alexander. That's part of a recent agreement. The name chosen by Qatar. The head of the Library of Congress fired this week. I don't know why it's a big deal. I mean, nobody reads in Congress anyway, so.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Topps released a Pope Leo trading card this week.
Yep.
Because the only harder to chew than that pink stick of gum is the communion wafer, I think. I don't know.
They don't do the gum anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
When I was buying cards, they had gum in them. Well, I think it was gum.
It
looked like gum.
Cardboard flavored.
I never actually chewed
rubber.
It. Yeah. You touched it and it shattered like glass. China unveiled their new version of their Cybertruck this week. It is just like the U.S. version, only assembled by toddlers.
Wow.
McDonald's say they plan to hire 375,000 employees this summer, but not a single worker who can fix the ice cream machine.
That's so true.
New research shows taking Ozempic or Wegovy could make you hate meat. Another thing that makes you hate meat is eating at Arby's.
It's the beef.
Yeah, I think it's beef. Not quite sure what it is, but anyway. It is prom season. You can tell because Bill Belichick cut North Carolina's practice short to shop for dresses with his girlfriend. Louisiana man arrested this week for pleasuring himself with a container of Vaseline inside a display at a shed at Lowe's Home Improvement.
At least he used the shed.
Dude, take that mess where it belongs. At least go to True Value. Come on. Audi is recalling vehicles for loose screws. Imagine how much better America could be if we did that.
Just twice. One whose episode.
Yeah. According to scientists, cold pasta, in a recent study, healthier for you than hot pasta.
How?
I don't know.
Pasta's pasta.
Says, according to scientists, cold pasta is healthier than hot pasta. It could be kind of like Gatorade. You know, when they made Gatorade in Gainesville at the University of Florida for the first time, it was intended to be served warm. They say it's healthy. Gatorade's healthier for you if you drink it warm than cold. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, right? But cold pasta being healthier than hot pasta is great news for the marketing department at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
A Pennsylvania kindergartner handed out Jell-O shots to classmates this week.
Oh, boy.
Remember, don't let friends drink in Big Wheel. Okay? In showbiz news, Netflix is developing a show based on Madonna. They say it will cover her early years as a material girl and later years as a girl made of material. They say it'll start off hot and interesting, but then gradually become old and boring.
Facts.
Daryl Hall doesn't like his music to be called or referred to as yacht rock. But if you're paying $5,000 plus a backstage meat platter, you can call it whatever you want. Back up.
Where we're at.
Back up one. Eva Longoria
Okay.
says she won't do sexy photo shoots anymore because of her son. It's crazy how you can hate someone down to their very core, even though you've never even met the kid.
Facts.
A musical based on Luigi Mangione, who is the guy who murdered the United Healthcare CEO in New York, will debut in San Francisco. They say it's the first musical based on a reprehensible creature since Cats.
I never seen Cats.
No.
Sorry.
It's a cat sucks. Cats suck joke.
Gotcha.
Loses impact when you have to explain it.
Sorry, I've never seen it.
Charlize Theron says her kids have zero respect for her. There is a word to describe people with children like that. They're called parents. Just saying. Streaming service Max is going back to its original name, HBO Max. Your move, Twitter. I mean X. Or whatever it's called. I don't know.
Didn't Elon change it, though?
Yeah, it's now X.
Yeah. So,
But people still say they tweet and go to Twitter.
Oh, yeah. It was Twitter for 15 years, whatever it was.
Fox is bringing back Fear Factor.
Oh, boy.
Eating bugs no longer will be a challenge since people can just do that by stopping by Trader Joe's. Morris the Alligator. Longtime movie star. He's appeared in Happy Gilmore, Interview with a Vampire. Morris the Alligator passed away this week. Now, some people think he was in the movie Lake Placid, but that's a crock.
That's a crock. It is a crock.
Creed's going to have a car in the Indy 500. They say fans are expected to cheer for it for the first few laps and then boo it for the remainder of the race. And finally, the kid from Jerry Maguire says his career isn't where he wants it to be. That's probably because we still call him the kid from Jerry Maguire. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's probably...
God, he's changed a lot.
Yeah. Head weighs 10 pounds. The human head weighs 10 pounds. Isn't that the line from the movie, The Human Head Weighs 10 Pounds?
Yeah.
Anyway. That is Mansplaining the News this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Beers on tap, and sometimes we drink stuff we're not proud of.
Well, okay. Even though you used the photo I sent you from my mobile phone in the car.
Yep.
Great. Okay.
Hey, it's a picture. I just copy and paste.
Okay. Beers on tap this week. I am having the Victory Berry Monkey Fruited Sour Triple Ale. It is 9.5% alcohol, and it is made by Victory Brewing. Where the heck are they? I think they're somewhere Downingtown, Pennsylvania. I thought they were in New England, but it says a sour berry twist, perfectly fruity sour triple ale loaded with raspberries that add just the right balance of sweetness, tang, and a smooth finish. It's undeniably very good. Now, before I do this, I have to tell you, I am not normally a big fan of fruit in beer. Okay?
Well, George is going to be upset with you.
Yeah. And what do you got?
I got the Culinary Brewing Company. I've had a couple of their beers. This is a Hanali Island IPA.
Okay.
Passion fruit, orange, and guava. I've had a couple of these puppies, so this one's a different one, though. It's out of Portland, Oregon. 4.5% alcohol. There you go. I was trying to read what it's really small reading, but I was as it used to be, so.
Mr. Norm Peterson from the Cheers television show and George Wendt.
Not bad. What's up, Scott?
That's not bad.
It's a light IPA to me.
That's not what I expected. That is very smooth, and you can get the taste of the ale, but you're immediately hit with the berries right off the top, and the ale is like the finish. So you start with berries and end with ale. That's not bad.
This just tastes like a light IPA. It's not too heavy. It's definitely a blonde, but it's good.
It has the Ketnang hops in it. More information at victorybeer.com. I was expecting to trash this because I most beer that has fruit in it sucks on ice.
About this Kona Brew Company.
Yep.
It's all Hawaiian. It's got a Hawaiian etch in the bottle. It's got Hawaiian logos.
Made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Kanoa Brewing Company, Portland, Oregon.
There you go.
Port Smith, New Hampshire.
There you go.
I mean,
yeah. That is probably distributed by Anheuser-Busch. I would almost guarantee it.
What's up, Tyler?
So
doing good.
Hey, Tyler.
I give mine give it a 3.5. 3.7. It's not crazy for me.
I would have to be in a special mood to drink this, but I'm not saying I won't buy it again. It's not a hey, it's a hot day and I got to mow the grass kind of beer. And it's also not a hey, we're tailgating at the NASCAR race and I want to put away 17 of these. But it's not bad. I'm going to give it a 4. 4 out of 5.
I did one of the victories too previously, and it was pretty good. It was okay.
It's very smooth. I'm shocked at how smooth it is, and I really, really didn't think I was going to like the berry thing, but the berry thing hits your taste buds right on the initial sip, and then it's gone, and the finish is the ale. So, which is what you're looking for, and it's very, very easy drinking, very easy going down. Victory, Berry Monkey Fruited Sour Triple Ale. We give it a 4. And would you say 3.5 on that other one?
3.7. It's not bad. It's not great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, odd number.
That's Beers on Tap this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
It's time for the Tuesday Night Tussle.
Tuesday Night Tussle.
All righty. Time to see somebody get lights outed.
I laughed at this. The first one's your typical, I drink too many beers and I think I'm bigger than, I think I drink too many Jack and Cokes. I think I'm bigger than you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We get the arms up already. Get the arms up already. Oh, the guy with no shirt's going down.
Get him! Get him!
The guy with no shirt.
You hear it?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I gotta push pause. I can't stop it. That's it. Well, let me stop it.
Yeah, I called
You hear that smack?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You ever see somebody get knocked out by a cat?
Can't say that I have.
Oh, you're about to. Watch the guy in the white and striped shirt right there. The person's pointing at it. There's no sound. Dunk. Out. Hold
what?
On. Watch. Dunk. Out.
Where did it fall off the Empire State Building?
No. All right, I'll play it through. Bam. Out. His dog's like.
Wow.
It's a cat.
And the damn thing got up and walked away?
The dog's
wait
like,
a minute. Wait a minute.
Watch. Dog's like, you did this? You bastard.
So the cat was moving fast enough that it knocked him out, and yet it gets up and walks away?
Yeah. And everybody's just walking by this guy. I mean, you'll see it fall. I'll try to pause the impact. Oh.
No, I see it. Whatever it fell off is really high.
Dunk. Right top of the head. Out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I saw that. I was like, that's definitely a
look at man's best friend standing there going, Come on, Dad, get up.
And he started to fight the cat after. Yeah.
Everybody's looking. Dad, get up.
That's Tuesday Night Tussle.
On the Alpha Men Podcast.
Whoa.
Old couch.
There's no transition still. I keep forgetting that.
Tales from the Old Couch tonight. In the podcast studio. An old couch here my wife wanted me to get rid of years ago. I just couldn't do it. Yes, it's beat, but it's still surprisingly comfortable. And so I brought it up to the podcast studio, and I like to come up here and think. And in a way, nonsensically, really hold court from the greatest piece of furniture ever crafted. Yes, from a couch. So what if it's broken? It's practically got my Social Security number. Today I'm tackling a mystery that's plagued mankind since the invention of the spin cycle. Now picture this. It's laundry day. I'm in the laundry room, squaring off with the washing machine. It's like a bull that needs taming. And I'm a man, so don't mess with those fancy detergent pods and all that other stuff that looks like candy for robots. Nope, I pour in the good stuff. The store brand smells like a pine forest and regret. Washing machine detergent, old school, powdered, right?
Yeah.
I load up my clothes, including my prized socks. You know the ones. Broken in just right, thick enough to double as slippers, the kind of socks that say I could chop wood in a blizzard and my toes would still be toasty. I slam the lid, I hit start, swagger back to the NASCAR race, king of my domain. Fast forward an hour, and I'm transferring the load to the dryer, also feeling like I earned a medal. Hey, honey, I did the laundry. Yeah. But when I pull the clothes out, disaster. One sock. One. Its partner, gone, vanished, poof. Like it joined the sock witness protection program. Now, I'm no detective, but I've seen enough Murder, She Wrote runs to know a crime scene when I smell one. I tear through the dryer like Jimmy Hoffa. Lint trap empty, except for a fuzzball the size of my fist.
I was
check
wondering
the
what Jimmy Hoffa
washer.
had to do with this.
Huh?
I was wondering what Jimmy Hoffa had to do with all this when I was putting it together. I was like, what the hell?
I checked the washer, the floor, even the dog's bed, because that mutt's got a rap sheet for stealing all kinds of things. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. So I started thinking, where in the hell does his socks go? Is there a gremlin in the dryer living it up like a Vegas mobster? You know? Wearing my wool sock as a onesie? Or maybe there's a secret Socktopia out there where all the missing ones are sipping margaritas on a beach laughing at me. I see him now. Hey, TJ's Argyle, how's life without your twin? Meanwhile, I'm stuck here with a drawer full of sock orphans.
Sock orphans.
Looking like I got dressed in a power outage. And don't get me started on the kids. They waltz in with their little ankle socks, you know, the ones barely enough fabric to even call them socks. More like Band-Aid socks. And they never lose them. Ever. Why? Because they're not real socks. They're some kind of millennial voodoo. Probably made in a lab. My daughter says, Dad, just buy new ones. Buy new ones? These socks have history. They've been with me through Super Bowls, tax seasons, and that time I tried to taste the rainbow with the expired yogurt. You don't just replace a sock like that. So I've taken a stand. Today, I am wearing mismatched socks, like a rebel with a cause. One gray one, one black. Strutting around like I'm daring the world to notice. And, you know, the wife gives you that look like, you know, the one that says, you're one bad decision from sleeping in the shed. But I'm sticking to my guns. This is my protest against the sock stealing universe. And look, I even tried to outsmart the system. Yesterday, I tried to safe pin a pair together before throwing them in the washing. I thought it was genius. I thought I'd like crack the Da Vinci Code. Guess what? The pin survived. The socks, one made it, and the other one's happening. I'm telling you, it's personal now. The laundry. Mano Machino. All right? I'm one step away from camping out by the dryer with a headlamp and a baseball bat. But here's the thing. No matter how many socks go AWOL, I've got this couch. Old and creaky, coffee-stained fortress of solitude. It's where I retreat after battling the laundry, the kids, and the world. I sink into it, crack a beer, and let the mysteries of life, like where the hell are my socks, fade away. And this old couch, it doesn't judge me for my mismatched feet. It's got my back and at least my backside. So to all you out there fighting the good fight against the great sock conspiracy, keep your head high and your spares handy. And if you find a wool sock with a little hole in the toe, tell it I miss it. All right? Now, if you'll excuse me, we have a show to finish because I've got a dryer to interrogate later. And that's Tales from the Old Couch tonight on the Alpha Men podcast. I was half in the back.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
We present the case. You deliver the verdict. This is Man Court. All rise. The sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels presiding.
Just would like to point out that I may or may not have been half in the bag when I wrote that this weekend.
I'd say so.
Man Court is in session. Oh, my goodness. And tonight, we have got a brand new case. The Beard of Justice alongside Baby Huey tonight. If you've got a problem that needs solving, you can visit any of our social media pages. Drop your Man Court dilemma in a direct message to us. And you can also join the freak jury tonight if you've got advice for our plaintiff. Just comment wherever you may be watching tonight in the comment section, and your comments will appear on the screen. Let's dive into tonight's case. And it is docket number 250520. Our plaintiff is Billy from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. It is the case of the flatulence fiasco. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Billy writes, "Hey, guys, name's Billy, and I'm emailing you because I tried to do the right thing last week. I called into work and told them I wanted to work from home because I was really gassy and didn't want to stink up the office."
It's fair.
Fair enough. My boss laughed at me when I told her my reason. She said I could stay home from work. She suggested I come up with a better reason next time I call in. But is there a better reason not to go to work? I ate too many hot wings the night before. I've been farting since the middle of the night. It smells awful, and I don't even want to be in a room with myself, let alone at work with an office full of 30 people. And when I'm in a conference, I got to tell you, it would be unpleasant for everyone because I can't hold it in. So this morning, I went back to work, and now my boss is giving me the slacker treatment. I tried to talk to her about it. She laughed out loud and just said, "Billy, I can't even."
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm never late. I've never called out before, and I was up for an upcoming promotion. Feel like maybe I've blown, probably a bad choice of words, Billy. I fear I've blown that out of the water. Do you think he intended that way, or it's just?
I think there's a little humor in that one. Good night.
Okay. So my question is this: shouldn't calling in sick to work because you're really gassy be as good of an excuse as having COVID or the flu? I mean, I'd rather be next to someone coughing than someone who is dropping gross silent farts. What about you? Signed, Billy from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Listen, on Man Court, we tackle the toughest
Toughest what?
the tough issues, the serious stuff. Preacher, you can help clear the air. Speak. Just comment wherever you may be watching tonight. And again, the comments will pop up on the screen. Beard of Justice, baby Huey, what do you think?
I mean, I've been on a plane numerous times where it's rough.
Uh-huh.
You're in an office. I think you could probably get away with. I mean, I appreciate the courtesy, I guess, but I think you can get away with it in an office. Just kind of crop dust all your coworkers. Walk down. I got a copy machine, cop dressed. You know, whatever you got to do. So my thoughts are, you could have gone to work.
Yeah, I think you own the fart and you don't dodge the draft, right?
A dodge draft, it's bad.
I mean, Billy, I get it. You try to do right by your coworkers, sparing them from your hot wing fueled chemical warfare, and that's kind of noble. Like kind of a knight refusing to siege the castle where the trebuchet is full of stink. But here's the deal. I don't think you can shy away from your truth. Next time your boss chuckles, look her dead in the eye and say, "Ma'am, I am protecting this office from a code brown evacuation." Okay? Maybe some confidence in this situation. But I do have to tell you, a real man kind of owns his own emissions. You know, like a well-worn pair of socks. Just saying.
You and those socks. There's other pictures in here. I have no clue what to go to.
The other thing is maybe you.
At least this doesn't go to the story, does it?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
There's 3 of them in here. There's this. I want to throw you off. If something else later, I don't know. But
I don't think they're in there. They might be for something else. The other thing is when you got something like that going on, I realize Mom always said honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm not saying lie, but maybe you don't tell your boss the exact reason why you don't want to come in, your boss said better reason. You don't need to lie. You just need to rebrand. Instead of saying, I'm gassy, try, I'm dealing with an internal combustion issue that could disrupt the workplace morale. How about that?
That's a little lengthy for a fart.
Well, but it sounds like you're managing a crisis, not crop dusting the cubicles, right?
Yeah.
Or you could go full caveman, 8 fire wings, guts staging a revolt, staying home to avoid collateral damage. It's honest, it's gritty, and it's got that hairy-chested vibe that screams, I'm still a team player, But here's the thing. Hot wings are a lifestyle, not a mistake. Please understand that the hot wings did not betray you, Billy. They tested you. You see, a man doesn't apologize for loving the spice of life. Just next time, prep for the battle. Invest in some Beano, chug a ginger ale, or park yourself near an industrial fan. I don't know. You don't quit wings, you master them, okay? Maybe even bring a peace offering to the office.
Yeah.
Maybe like a tray of mild wings to show you're still the alpha of the snack table. I don't know.
Michelle
writes, I once dressed as silent but deadly by a group of 5th graders, walked past them and watched them blame it on each other. Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. You also could turn the slacker treatment into a power move. If your boss is giving you the cold shoulder, don't let her laughter knock you off your game. Show her your promotion material by doubling down on your work ethic, crush your next project, stay late, maybe slide a little cheeky post on her desk that says, air quality's back to normal. Ready for that promotion chat. It shows you're not rattled, and hustle proves you're no slacker. So a man doesn't sulk, he just swings harder, Gas versus germs. I think you're onto something there. Like a coughing coworker spreads plague. Your farts just spread discomfort, maybe a few gags. But the stone cold truth is, society's got a double standard. Sneezing is poor you, but farting is how dare you, right? It's unfair, but it's the world we live in. Next time, if you're worried about the excuse, call it gastrointestinal distress and let HR figure out if they want to sniff around for more details. Just keep it vague, keep it professional, and keep your dignity. And a word on workplace warfare. Your heart is in the right place. But I think maybe you learned a hard lesson. Never give the office gossip mill a whiff of something juicy. Your boss is laughing and saying, I can't even, means she's probably regaling the break room with your tale. So just counter it by being the guy who's too damn good at his job to be reduced to a fart joke. Maybe lay off the extra spicy wings before a big meeting. Save those for the weekend when you can unleash in the privacy of your own man cave. So, Billy, the gavel's coming down. Man court finds you guilty of excessive honesty in a world that's not ready for your truth. You tried to spare your coworkers from a silent but deadly apocalypse, and for that we salute you. But you also handed your boss a comedy routine she'll be milking for weeks. Your punishment? You're sentenced to 1 week of eating nothing but bland oatmeal to restore your guts neutrality, followed by a mandatory viewing of Blazing Saddles to learn how real men handle beans and campfires. As for your promotion, we're tossing that back to the workplace arena. Prove you're the man by outworking the haters, keep your exhaust system in check, and case is dismissed. Billy, go forth. Let the farts fly free. Just maybe not in the conference room. Man Court is adjourned tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Gentlemen, start your engine. He's pressing him for the top spot.
He is out in the outside groove.
Some debris on the back straightaway. His teammates trying to get by him now as they go to turn one.
All right. Well,
yeah, it's going to be I'm already dreading this week. It's a long week for us. This is the longest race of the season. 600 miles coming up. But before we get there,
yeah, let's go ahead and go to North Wilkesboro.
Let's talk about first thing. Not even the race. Let's talk about Mikey.
Oh, drop the flag.
I got the video of it. Oh, poor Mikey. He is, and he's such a jokester.
Yeah.
I wonder if he did it on purpose. I don't know. But I got the video of it right here.
Michael has dropped the flag. He really dropped the flag? No, he really dropped the flag on the front straightaway.
You had one job. Yeah.
Michael has.
He dropped the flag.
I think that is part of the. Mikey for many years has been the comic relief on the pre-race show.
Oh yeah.
So I think maybe that was maybe planned that way.
I mean, he knows. The part of me thought about that's being Mikey, how Mikey is, but he knows how time-consuming things are like that. I mean, even a little flag is at a small place like that's 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah. But he also knows that is comedy gold, and he wants to keep Fox paying him that contract money. That he's okay with being the piñata. That's
somebody bet him some money to drop that flag. But Mikey's a good dude, and I like seeing him in the TV compound and on TV and stuff. I see him all the time.
Can we just go ahead and say right from the get-go here that North Wilkesboro needs to be an actual points playing race?
So a year ago, you're all bitching. North Wilkesboro sucks. Nonstop. Everybody followed the leader. This year, everybody's like, let's have a point race.
Well, because that track matured and all of those racing lines came in.
Yeah.
And it was a great race. All right.
It's probably going to happen.
It really was. Sunday night really felt like a step in the right direction. Joey Logano sure led a billion laps, but there was always action. And the place where you came into racing, the Thunder Road here in Barrie, Vermont, it felt like that, man. It felt like a late model shootout.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
Anytime I go there, I was in Canada, but every time I've worked out years past, when I go there, it feels like I'm going home.
Always a battle during the race. Always something going on for the top spot. Always action. It was great race. Really one of the best races I've watched in a long time. The leaders stayed tight together, and they were beating and banging lap after lap. And listen, if you like Christopher Bell, we even had an exciting finish. I'm sure Joey Logano didn't like that whole promoter's caution.
No.
Okay, all right, but let's be honest. The next gen car, and this is not John's opinion because he works for the National Association of Stock Car Racing. It's my opinion. The next gen car ruined a lot of short tracks. Hello, Martinsville. Okay. But last night, Sunday night, it was fun. All right. Yeah. Give Rockingham the All-Star race next season.
No? I don't know what they're going to do. I agree. I mean,
I'm just saying.
I agree with that. Yeah. They should. I think it should be a points race. And I think, but the All-Star race at Bowman.
Yeah. I don't know that I was. I don't know.
Bowman was insane. I liked Bowman. It was good.
So anyway, congratulations to Christopher Bell. Picks up the win. Joey Logano after the race was all boo-hoo.
He apologized after.
He
apologized today, actually.
Some of the other stories, Bubba Wallace missed the race.
I know.
All right, listen. If you got Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan money and a vehicle that's propped up with Joe Gibbs racing equipment and technology, you can't be missing races, dude. Even if it's a race that's not a points playing race. I mean, you just
with Noah got in, right, for the fan favorite.
Noah got in for the fan favorite.
Well, that's good for him.
Which is odd. I just
he is so personable. I think that's what's getting him. He is so personable in the garage.
It's weird to see a time when Dale Earnhardt Jr. was the most popular driver.
Yeah.
And then watch it move to Chase Elliott. And of course, Chase Elliott's lineage in NASCAR is much like Dale Jr.'s. I mean, famous father. So you understand that. And then when it gets to this next generation, I'm getting older and I'm not as connected to them. So I don't, do you know what I mean?
Noah, he is good with the fans and he's a decent driver. With the equipment, he'd be a really good driver.
So, back to Charlotte this weekend, Coke 600.
Yep, I got
a lot of work for you.
It's my favorite race. It's the longest. I'm going to be exhausted. That and Daytona 500 are butt kickers. But this weekend is the show that we put on days before. All the military appreciation stuff, all the names on the cars, I have a video of it too coming out. But the stuff that we do for the pre-race, for the tribute to the troops and tribute to the fallen on
I think maybe next year I may come down. I may have
it's worth it.
I may have you get me a pass and I might come down next year.
I have the kids and the wife come down. They come to the race. They stay with me for the weekend down there. And I go home every night. It's only an hour from me.
I'll just stay with your wife. It's fine.
Okay. So they put on a really good show to tribute all the generals.
No, it is. It's and Humpy Wheeler is the guy from Charlotte Motor Speedway who did all kinds of incredible things promotions-wise over the years to make the Coke 600 today what it is. And it is, you can't take anything away from Daytona. And you really can't take anything away from Indianapolis, although it's a pretty boring race.
This takes Indy out of the
water. The Coke 600 is probably the second
600 miles
biggest spectacle of the year.
Yeah, starts in the day, ends in the night. Yeah, these guys are beat.
Yeah.
And it's so much strategy going on this. But the things that the military does, I have a clip of it right here. I'm going to show in a second.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, the show they put on is insane. Just check this out. It's a pretty quick clip. Do this.
Slide down the lines out of the helicopters and stuff.
Yeah. See people in the infield? It's probably 20,000 people in there.
Yeah.
About 30 seconds left.
That's pretty cool. By the way, if you're listening on iHeart or on Spotify, that's why you probably should watch the show. You can. Twitch, Facebook Live, YouTube. Yeah.
Watch those guys coming
Rumble.
in there. We also have the Secretary of Defense is coming. Pete Hegseth.
Pete Hegseth. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming.
Very cool.
This weekend.
Very, very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Now, Fox is done.
Mm-hmm.
The race has now moved to Prime.
Yep.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. says they've got some new technology things they're going to do during the race, so it's going to look a little bit different. Are fans going to pay Prime for the races? That's the big question. 5 races on Prime.
They paid for
I don't
it,
know.
so.
I don't know. If you want to hack, though, if you wait till Friday, Prime costs $9 to get Prime Video. If you wait till Friday and get Prime Video, you will get all 5 races in 1 month. And you can cancel after that. That's less than $2 a race. So, you've spent more on that stupid mobile game on your phone than that. So, don't call yourself a fan and say you can't spend $2 for a race. Just saying. Anything else?
That's it for the race rundown.
That's your race rundown this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Because we're all doomed, here are this week's signs of the coming apocalypse.
Well, signs of the coming apocalypse, where we prove the world's going down the crapper with a cold beer in one hand and probably a middle finger in the other. We've scoured the country, searching for stories so dumb, so wild, they scream, "Boys, it's time to stock the bunker with whiskey and ammo." So let's get to it. Sign number 1, Uncle Sam's Circus of Citizenship. So Homeland Security leader Kristi Noem, probably fresh off of bench pressing a Buick, greenlights a reality show called The American. Now picture this. Immigrants packed on a train like it's a monster truck rally, duking it out in regional contests, log rolling in Wisconsin, arm wrestling in Texas, chugging Bud Light in the Florida swamp. The prize? A fast track to the Stars and Stripes, sworn in on the Capitol steps like they just won a bar fight, they become citizens.
Bruh. Why? That's just humiliating.
The pitch man is some Duck Dynasty reject who swears it's not political, it's just celebrating America. Yeah, right. My car also runs on unicorn farts. So here's the kicker. It does sound a little like The Running Man, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Remember that 80s movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger dudes fought to the death on TV?
Yeah.
They're obviously not fighting to the death on this, but wait till you hear The Running Man was set in 2025, believe it or not.
Really?
And guess what? They're remaking it with Glenn Powell this November. Coincidence? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, we already have this show. It's called Major League Baseball Tryouts. It's the same thing.
Wow.
Just saying. Sign number 2 of the coming apocalypse this week. Down in Houston, some poor SOB named Leo Humphreys thought he was going to be the next Wolf Blitzer. He gets all spiffed up in a suit for a big-time news reporter gig with a national brand. Camera's rolling because he's chasing TikTok clout. And then, bam, he's staring down the interviewer, and something's not right. Take a look.
Hold on. This one?
Hello.
Yep.
Hi. Thank you so much for joining the interview today. I am so excited to talk to you and get to know more about you. For our first question,
It's AI.
Circle back. Tell me about a time when. Let's circle back. Tell me about a time when. Let's circle back. Tell me about a time when.
I think the internet's breaking up or something.
Tell me about a time when. Let's circle back. Tell me about a time when. Let's circle back. Tell me
Just
about a time
repeating.
when. Let's circle back. Tell me about a
I
time.
don't even know what to do.
So that's enough. The AI starts glitching, spitting the same line like a drunk parrot. And Leo's sitting there in a tie, all choked up to his chin, watching his dreams crash like a tailgate without a cooler. The AI finally reboots and then thanks him for great info without asking a single question and cuts him loose. And then an hour later, he gets an email saying he's got wonderful energy, but we don't think you're the right fit.
Wow. I don't think your pictures line up in any of the story, but that's crazy.
Oh. Yeah, Leo's TikTok blew up, 50,000 followers, so maybe it's not all that bad now.
It worked out for him.
Yeah. Sell trucker hats and call it a win, you know?
So I'm realizing what's in all these pictures here.
Uh-huh.
It's from previous shows. So
No, that's for this week.
No, but there's other ones like the dog.
Oh yeah, that one's bad.
There's a bunch of them in here, so I'm wondering when you uploaded, there's something clear because I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. So,
well, the next one is the redneck toe job. Staying in Houston, a master class in hold my beer stupidity this week. Some genius named Dante Brown, right there he is.
Okay.
He has an old Saab that craps out on the highway. Does he have a tow truck? No, that's for city boys. He hooks chain to his girlfriend's SUV and tells her to floor it. Here's the twist. They chain it to the back of the car.
Oh, yes.
And tow it backwards. So Dante's in the car, in the Saab, white knuckling the wheel, swerving like a drunk uncle at a family reunion, and his girlfriend's hauling ass, laughing her head off, while his axle snaps like a twig. Cops show up, plot twist, Dante's got a warrant in Georgia, so now he's in jail. The car's toast. His girlfriend's probably still cackling. The moral of the story, never trust a tow job that started with, babe, I got this, and I think we have video.
No, you didn't send me a video for it, but I'm going to put a video up right now. As you're telling me the story, I'm uploading it.
Yeah,
here.
It's pretty.
Give me a second. I have no clue. I don't know what the audio is going to be like or anything. So, best of luck.
Now, can I ask at what point does Dante think this was probably a bad idea?
I think on the initial jerk.
Do we literally have to get all the way out onto the roadway and halfway to home before he goes, yeah, this is probably a mistake.
What I want to know is how they hooked up to him, okay?
Yeah.
Why was he already facing backwards on the other side of the highway?
I don't know.
I mean, I grew up. My dad owns a big towing company. I grew up towing my whole life. I mean,
Action Towing, Barry, Vermont.
My dad supports Pack to Venture.
Yeah.
But he I just don't understand how he's facing the wrong way in traffic.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Sign number 4 this week. We talked a little bit about this in Mansplaining the News. We had to slide out Louisiana, where a dude has taken DIY to a whole new level. So cops get a call about a naked guy in a Lowe's parking lot, holed up in one of their display sheds. You know, the ones they have on the edge of the property for sale?
Uh-huh.
Now, he's not fixing a lawnmower, mind you. He's buck naked, pants around his ankles, and going to town with a tub of Vaseline and his phone. Says he's watching YouTube. Yeah, sure, pal. And I'm 400 by next Tuesday. Cops roll up, taser ready. Find him in shed number 5, living his best life. He pulls up his pants, rolls over, fesses up, gets booked for obscenity. He's probably wondering where it all went wrong.
Huh.
Pro tip, brother. Next time, lock the shed door.
We should have had a Beavis and Butthead audio. Damn it, get out of my shed.
That's it for this week's sign of the coming apocalypse on the Alpha Men podcast.
Is it fact or is it crap on the Alpha Men podcast?
All righty. You can help out Baby Huey tonight. 10 questions on the board, fact or crap. We're going to give you 10 facts or what may be facts. Your job, Baby Huey, is to...
Maybe facts.
If they are facts or if it's total BS. All right? And so if you're watching, you can just comment fact or BS or fact or crap tonight. And here we go. Question number 1. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth. Is that fact or is it crap?
That's a fact. It's moving like a couple centimeters, whatever.
It is moving 3.8 centimeters per year.
Yeah.
That is a fact, correct. 1 correct. Question number 2. Humans have the most bones in their legs. Fact or crap?
Crap.
That is crap. The hands and feet together have over half the body's bones. 206 to be exact. And just the hands and feet.
Yep.
Okay.
I knew that one.
Fact or crap? Most lipsticks used to contain lead. Fact or crap?
That explains why our grandparents are crazy. I mean, it sounds like something from... I don't know about this one. Lipstick's been around for a long time. I'm going to say fact because it makes sense.
Yes, in the past, trace amounts of lead were commonly found in lipstick formulas. It is a fact. You are 3 for 3.
Nice.
Wow. Man, you're knocking it out of the park tonight.
I've killed them the last 3 weeks in a row. Your question's been pretty easy.
Fact or crap? The tallest tree in the world is a sequoia named Titan. Fact or crap?
That's not a sequoia. And that is going to be crap.
Wow. I thought you were going to get that one wrong.
No.
It is crap. The tallest known tree is a coast redwood named Hyperion.
Mm-hmm. I knew that actually. That was just... I just saw a thing about that about a month ago.
Fact or crap? Snakes dislocate their jaws to swallow prey. Fact or crap?
You want me to get Adeline in here for these questions? That's a fact.
That is crap. They don't dislocate their jawbones. Their jawbones are actually just flexible and connected by ligaments.
No.
They don't dislocate. Swear.
I'm going to go that.
That's what the science says. All right. Hiccups. And I am the science, by the way. I'm just like Dr. Fauci.
Damn it. No, 6 not. Just go to Jaws.
Hiccups can be triggered by sudden temperature changes. Fact or crap?
This one I don't know. I'm gonna shoot crap. Well, no, because
hiccups can be triggered by sudden temperature changes.
Because I've hiccups on really cold stuff and really hot stuff.
Fact or crap? Michelle
I'm going
says
fact.
That is correct. Cold drinks or a change in air temperature can irritate the diaphragm and cause hiccups. So, yeah. You just have one wrong so far.
Yep.
Fact
Which I thought was right.
Saturn's rings are made of gas. Fact, crap.
Crap.
That is correct. They're made of ice, dust, and rock particles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You never stopped me on this space stuff yet, or history.
Fact or crap, the word quiz was made up as a bet.
That's not even a question.
The word quiz was made up as a bet.
What was the
Fact
bet?
or crap? I don't know. I'm just...
Crap?
That is. Fact. Legend says a Dublin theater owner created the word to win a wager. Biz.
All right, you got me on that one.
Crap. So far. Elephants can jump. Fact.
Crap.
You are correct. Elephants can all jump due to their leg structure and body.
Yep.
And final. Fact or crap?
Ice.
You can start a fire with ice.
Yes.
Fact or crap?
Yes. Fact.
A piece of clear ice shaped like a lens.
Yep.
Can focus sunlight to ignite tinder. Yes, that is correct.
I saw that on the Legend Outdoor Boys. He did it.
Yeah, he also announced he's retiring this week.
I know. I watched a lot of his stuff for years.
I have too.
So
he's
definitely missed.
Going to push his kids' channels forward, I guess. I don't know. 8 out of 10. That's a solid B. And that is Fact or Crap this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
The Alpha Men on Sports, a segment we call Your Team Sucks.
Now, here we go. Major League Baseball reinstated Pete Rose this week, which means he went from dying to get his ban lifted to dying to get his ban lifted.
Why isn't it loading? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just still horse shit. I still don't think.
He went from dying to get his ban lifted to dying to get his ban lifted.
I couldn't see what it was. That sucks, though. I mean, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
He died.
Major League Baseball also has removed 17 deceased players from its banned list, making them eligible for the Hall of Fame. They're also eligible to emerge from a cornfield in Ohio, some people say.
Yeah. I want to watch that now.
It's a great movie. Great movie. Michael Jordan going to be a correspondent for the NBA on NBC. He has never broadcast before, but if there's one who likes to gamble, just saying.
What's he know about basketball? Is he a NASCAR guy?
Well, he knows how to gamble too.
Oh, yes, he does.
Shaquille O'Neal's former Ohio mansion on the market this week. $2.75 million. It can be yours. They say it's made entirely of bricks that he shot from the free throw line.
Wow.
Speaking of the NBA conference finals second round of the playoffs came to a close on Sunday afternoon. Dominating performance by Oklahoma City, the Thunder, 125-93 trouncing of the Denver Nuggets, and with that, the Final Four now set to begin tonight. Timberwolves meeting the Thunder in the West, and then tomorrow night, the Indiana Pacers meeting the New York Knicks in the East. And they went nuts in New York with the Knicks winning. I'm telling you. Going into the conference finals, the odds of a championship for the four teams: Thunder minus 150, Knicks plus 425, Timberwolves plus 550, Indiana Pacers plus 600. The NHL playoffs, conference finals set. Stanley Cup matchups are now set, and four remaining teams vying for the Cup are the Carolina Hurricanes, the Florida Panthers, who start their series tonight, the Edmonton Oilers, and the Dallas Stars. Series will start tomorrow night. You were in a hockey town this weekend.
Oh, yes, I was. I didn't realize it till I was about a quarter way through my own dinner. I'm at the hotel. Listen to this. So I'm sitting there, and everybody's wearing Toronto stuff. I'm in Toronto, so whatever. I didn't think much about it. And I'm sitting here eating, and I looked up, I'm like, hotel lobbies are kind of busy,
Sure.
Not this late at night. Then I was like, the restaurant is slammed. And like, there's people waiting to sit down. I'm by myself at this table just eating. And I'm like, what is everybody watching? Is there a terrorist attack? So I kind of I can't see the TV. So I kind of lean over and look, and I'm like, through all these people, I'm like, oh, it's freaking hockey. I said, oh, it's the final game for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they lost.
Yeah, so they are not in the Final Four. The breakdown, the odds on favorite are the Florida Panthers plus 240, Edmonton Oilers plus 260, Dallas Stars plus 280, Carolina Hurricanes plus 300. But that's a pretty close field. Really, it is anybody's Stanley Cup. And if you've ever been in Montreal when the Canadians are playing at the Bell Center, the whole city shuts down. Everything closes. Except the restaurants on St. Catherine Street and the strip clubs.
I was going to say.
Or so I hear. But everything. The mall, like underneath Montreal, there's like an 8-mile long mall.
Yeah.
Underground. Everything closes. It is, if you think we are addicted to NFL football, it is nothing like Canadians go through with hockey. I mean,
that's their sport.
It just is. Going into the Preakness Stakes on Saturday, it was already known that there would be no shot at the Triple Crown this year. However, fans of horse racing can't help but wonder what would have happened if Sovereignty lined up for the race. Cody says, let's go Carolina.
I'm going for the Dallas Stars because Dallas.
Yeah, you suck.
No, actually, I'm going to go to the Carolinas because this is where I'm home state now.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Go
because it used to be that NHL hockey in Florida, when I lived there, was so unpopular. To get tickets to the Panthers, all you had to go is see your local dentist. They had tickets to give away. Like, it was crazy. So there's periods of time where the Dolphins are that way too. But in any case, breathtaking come from behind finish boosted journalism to win over 15-1 Goscar. Of course, journalism placed second behind Sovereignty 2 weeks ago at the Kentucky Derby. And Scotty Scheffler this weekend wins the PGA Championship. Third career major victory, minus 11 for the tournament, 5 strokes ahead of his next 3 closest competitors. Scheffler's 15th PGA Tour win, making him the third player ever to score that many victories before the age of 29. The other 2, of course, are Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods, and that's your team sucks. The Alpha Men on Sports tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast salutes Hidden Heroes.
Well, tonight we salute the Hidden Heroes, the average Joes, the normal guys. No cape, no television interview, nothing. They just happened to be the right guy at the right time in the right place and did the right thing. And this past week, heavy flooding in Somerset County, Pennsylvania. A guy by the name of Ethan Todd came across a submerged vehicle with 2 women trapped inside. He acted quickly, braved the fast-moving floodwaters in the Susquehanna River, and carried each of the women back to their safety. His girlfriend, Lauren St. Clair, captured the rescue on video, shared it online, where he's gotten a lot of praise, and I think we have it.
Yep.
Yes, there's another one.
After getting both women to dry ground, Todd returned to the vehicle to get their purses, making sure they didn't lose their belongings in chaos. And, his girlfriend describes the moment as unforgettable, calls him a hero. She also says that the experience reaffirmed her belief in everything happening for a reason. Todd's bravery and consideration in the dangerous situation were seen by many as really powerful examples of selflessness during a natural disaster. So,
especially the high of water, man, he could have been swept right away.
Dangerous, dangerous stuff, man. People don't understand how quickly that can go bad. And for that this week, he's our hidden hero on the Alpha Men podcast.
Congrats, sir.
Last call.
Last call. It's closing time.
Last call tonight. We hunker down one more time in the man cave, and tonight we're talking cheating. Not your girl.
You got lucky that night, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he did. But we're talking cheating, but not that kind of cheating. Not on your girl, but on schoolwork. According to a new survey, 59% of you saints have never copied a math worksheet. And yeah, right. And Baby Huey's the next Miss America. Okay. I worked hard for that one. I worked hard for that one right there.
That is me.
That is you.
You're such a dink. I don't look at the stuff. I just upload it.
So some fancy a survey of 10,000
You suck, you jackass.
10,000 grown folks says 28% of us cheated occasionally. 4% were basically Al Capone with the Scantron. 6% can't remember because they were probably hungover. And 3% just zip their lips. Okay? Younger dudes are the worst. Most likely to admit they snuck a peek at Jimmy's algebra homework. And with kids today using smartphones and AI to game the system, that's some really, really good work right there. You have to admit that. I'm just telling you. Man, Grok AI is freaking incredible. It can do anything. Anyway, I literally I uploaded your picture of you holding your little ukulele thing. Yeah. And I literally typed into Gronk, make subject a Miss America pageant winner. And that's what it kicked out. So anyway, meanwhile, 21% say they might borrow an answer or two. 5% cheat like it's their cardio. And only 4% think every kid's a cheater now. 23% say most are. 22. Can you imagine if we had the tools to cheat when we were in school that they have now? I mean, come on.
I would be sitting here today. I'd be in NASA right now.
We leave you with the top other things tonight we did in high school that we're too embarrassed to admit.
Bite it,
okay. Yeah. Like operated the black market gum distribution ring. You remember? I mean, you remember Bubblicious? Yeah.
Mine was
I was the Pablo Escobar of Bubblicious in my high
Mine
school.
was ice cream sticker bars.
Yeah. Stash packs in my locker, sold them for $1. You know. Got busted when the janitor found my stash behind the regular. Spent a week scraping gum off a desk. But anyway. Made sudden noises to trigger the PA teacher's war flashback. That's something that we did in high school that we don't admit anymore. No. Coach Jenkins was a nom-vet with a hair-trigger temper. So you'd drop a textbook and yell, incoming, and watch him dive behind the bleachers. You know. And then he'd make us run laps till we puked. Drew genitalia on the bathroom stalls. You know. I was a firm believer that art was everywhere. And I thought I was Michelangelo with a marker. No. The boys' room was like an X-rated art gallery. So, we got high off those markers. Remember the markers?
Yeah.
Those fat permanent markers in art class. You sniffed them till you saw stars.
Final catching up here.
Yeah, you're really behind.
It's the thing's doing itself. I'm pushing them.
Yeah, that's drawing penises on the bathroom wall.
I thought somebody had a long nose.
Yeah, no, keep going. Yeah. Anyway, you tell the teacher that you're like channeling Picasso. She sends you to the nurse. And then they send you to school on Saturday, you know. Anyway, number 5, we taught the foreign exchange student how to say the F word. Remember that?
Yeah.
You know, we're Shinto from Japan. You know, he thought fudge was the cool way to curse. I corrected him. He dropped it in English class and got detention, and I got a lecture on cultural sensitivity. Shinto still emails me words in Japanese, by the way. And then, of course, there's the great lunch tray surfing incident. You know.
What the hell? Did you sniff fresh dittos?
Sniff fresh dittos? I don't know, but I had an electrical shop in high school, and we had these things called lab volts on our desks that you could plug wires and resistors and everything else. And my lab partner was a guy I didn't really like, so I hooked his chair up to a banana clip and pumped 40 volts through him. Never got suspended. Weird. I got lucky.
I've been suspended a couple times.
Yeah. But you remember when you rigged the cafeteria tray to surf down the hallway stairs? You know, you wipe out, fill nacho cheese on the vice principal. Banned from Trays for Life, nicknamed the Cheese Wave. The fake sick day scam. Oh, there he is, Ferris Bueller.
Or were your papers Xeroxed?
That's when you fake the fever by rubbing the Vicks Vapor Rub under your eyes to make them water.
Yeah.
You know. The homecoming float fiasco is the last one. You tried to pimp out your class float, bar stereo, and subwoofers, and, well, it just didn't go well.
It ain't loading.
Uh-oh.
It's like spitting on my screen.
It caught on fire. It turned into a barbecue.
Oh, there you go.
And
oh, shit.
And we lost the competition. So there you have it. The high school hall of shame. Things that we did that we no longer admit. That is going to do it for the Alpha Men podcast tonight. We hope you had a good time. We will not be back next Tuesday night. In fact,
nope.
I'm going to take a week off for the holiday.
My son's game, and I'm going to watch some baseball and celebrate the holiday.
Episode 13 comes 2 weeks from tonight.
That puts us a month away from our season break.
Absolutely. 4 more shows to go. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We love you. Take care. Good night.